Hello. So, as you can see by my last video, it's been about 3 months since I recorded anything. And I'm here to talk about that. In my last 3 months of absence from YouTube, I have done a lot of thinking. And I don't enjoy doing this. Well, I guess I did enjoy these two. Slime Rancher streams. But all this, I've realized I just can't watch the chat and play the game. But and the videos, it's the same. I can't do commentary and play games I need to focus on. So I'm here to talk about the changes that'll be made to this channel. Okay, so and another thing is I've never really known where I want to go with the channel. And I think that is shown. And over the past 3 months, I've really been thinking about what I want to do with it. I thought about just quitting YouTube altogether. Then maybe it just wasn't for me. But you can tell here when I started streaming. 6 months ago, I started streaming because I just wasn't having much fun with this. As you can see, the gaps. All this from a year ago. And now, you can tell a difference here, because this is when I started using XSplit Gamecaster. Because Fraps would not split the videos, and it was a pain trying to split the videos up into 20-minute segments. Because you had to it made editing so much harder than it needed to be. So as you can see, I was uploading hour-long videos and so on. And then you get to here where it's 20 minutes plus an intro. And then this one 7:17 and so on. Then the streaming starts. I did some long streams for almost 5 hours, 6 hours, just depending on what was going on. Then I'm not streaming every day, but I'm streaming at least once a week. And then it just kind of drops off a little bit here. And I started realizing that I couldn't, even though I wasn't really getting many people watching, one person pop in, say hi, and like half an hour later I realized I needed to be looking at the chat, and they were gone. And streaming is about interacting with your audience. So I've done a lot of thinking how I want to go, how I want to continue the channel. And if I look at playlist, you'll see I have liked videos, which, okay. But then I've compiled all of my old playlists into these two. Old streams and old videos. I thought about just deleting them. But I decided not to. I decided I wanted to keep them up even though a lot of what I started isn't finished. or the best quality even, but I wanted to keep it there. So now, what's my plan? So I've decided to kind of break away from from Let's Plays and streaming. I've got a couple ideas in mind. The big one that I plan on starting, I probably won't record tonight, but I'd like to record it tomorrow night or the night after. Since tomorrow, I don't know how I'll feel after work. The next day I have off, so good chance I'll record there. But it's a series that I'm going to be calling "Is It Worth It?" and it is essentially I'm essentially going to be reviewing games. And what I'm going to do is, of course, you'll see some of the gameplay of the game I'm reviewing under it, and then I will be talking over it. And unlike some where you give a rating of just is it good, is it bad, the idea of this is, of course, talk about the good things, talk about the bad things of it, but then try and cut with the idea of, is it worth the money? Whether it be a $2 game or a $60 game. The question I'm asking with the videos, the question I plan on answering with these videos is it worth it? I want to upload 2 of them a week, and I haven't set the days yet, but I'm thinking Tuesdays, and I don't know, I haven't really decided, but that will come up later. I'm still kind of reworking how I want to do the channel. I've got a few ideas. Like I said, the big one being, is it worth it? Because you can find out if games are good or bad pretty easily. Look at the, you can find videos on YouTube. You can look at the reviews on the Steam store. But a lot of people aren't always thinking about how much you're paying for it. Because there have been I've bought some great games that have not been worth the money. And so I want to go on that point more than, is it a good game, is it a bad game? Or just a mediocre game. Take things into account and just take all kinds of things into account. And I've actually subscribed to the Humble Bundle monthly so I can make sure I have games to review without running out, because I can't afford to just keep buying games. So, not at that rate anyways. I've got a pretty good Steam library that should last a while. I just don't want to run out of games. Then, I've thought of another series which I'm thinking of calling it How to Survive. And I will be going to games such as, probably mostly survival games, as you can probably tell by the name of the series. Not solely, but... And I could do some variations of these games, of this series as well. But How to Survive. I will essentially go in and give tips on how to survive games such as The Forest, 7 Days to Die, and so on and so forth. And that's another series idea. I was torn between calling it How to Survive and then having it be comical and not really just teaching the worst possible ways of surviving. Which I'm still kind of questioning whether I should do it or not. But we'll see. We'll figure that out within the next couple days, because I plan on recording for that as well. And then I've got a few other small series ideas. One being, I don't have a name for it, but essentially, so me and my friend Paul, which you've seen in streams and videos most likely, we are, I won't say we're the most tech-informed people, but you know, we've pretty much built our own computers from the ground up. We do have a tendency to follow things, and both of us are subscribed to at least one tech channel where we're just going in and watching for fun, not necessarily to even learn something that we need to do. We both do our own computer maintenance and all that. The series where we take about half an hour and talk about a couple topics in the tech world. Mostly computer tech, yeah. Like how recently graphics cards and RAM, the price for those have increased. Or the new Titan Black, the new NVIDIA Titan Black. Or how AMD is comparing to NVIDIA or AMD versus Intel at the moment. Our opinions on that, and so we've thought, so that's something I've thought of and have talked to him about doing a bit, and he seems okay with doing that. I think we'd probably do that more in seasons, like so many episodes, then a month or two off to let there more topics build up and plan for the next season. I don't know how many. It would be probably a weekly video. I've been thinking about half an hour. I did think about making it an hour-long live stream, which could possibly be like a special. Maybe the first of every season could be a hour-long live stream, or the end of every season. Either one or both. To get either ideas for the next season. Ending would probably be good to get ideas for the next season. But either way, that's one plan that I have. That's one series I have planned. As well as I want to do a series called Survival of the Fittest. And what that will be is me and several of my friends playing survival games kind of against each other. Say 7 days to die. Our goal is to survive the longest, however way we see fit. Whether that be hunting down the other players and living nomadically, or just building a base, trading with the other players, and so on. Just as long as you're the last person to survive. So, and I still would like to occasionally do a stream, probably something more like Slime Ranch, or something I don't have to pay too much attention to. Something where I can get feedback and talk to you guys about how the channel's going, what you guys think, and just interact with you guys, which is what streaming should be about. So, these are my ideas right now for where the channel is going to be going. I'm very excited about doing this. I feel great about these ideas. I think I'm really going to be much more motivated to do this, have a schedule going, and I think I'll be able to stick with it much better. I think I will enjoy it more. And maybe it just might be something a little different that you don't see as much of. So yes, there will be some gameplay, like with the Survival of the Fittest, and I do plan on occasionally streaming something. Might not be for a while until I have a little more of an audience, but I've also thought if I'm lacking content, which I feel like if I get all this going, I will not. Because if I have the tech series I want to do once a week, that's a video for one day. Have 2 days of Is It Worth It? That's 3 days total. And then 2 days, or maybe 1 day of How to Survive, and then a day of Survival of the Fittest. There is 5 videos a week. Which Survival of the Fittest and the tech series will probably be a little more in seasons. You know, do it, take a little break, then start up again. And I may find some series to do in those off seasons. But while the channel will not be focused on gameplay anymore, bit more on, I don't really know how to describe it. But I hope I've described my ideas much as well as I think I did. Enough for you guys to understand. And I think it's going to be a great change. And I think the channel may start to take off. That's my hope anyway. Also, I think I plan on getting a new intro. I'm pretty much really trying to rebrand what the channel is. I'm thinking about taking the gaming out of the name and just going with Black Arrow Studios. So I think I've talked about everything I wanted to, and it's probably been about 15 minutes. So thank you for listening. Leave some feedback, and you should be getting a new video within the next couple days.